What's up, everybody? It's me, Joe Pisapia, and welcome to Championship Week right here at Fantasy Pros. You did it. You made it all the way to the end, and now it's time to make sure that we get all of us we can today. I understand time is of the essence, and I just want to congratulate all of you because this has not been an easy season. No, it has been very tough, and you're here. Happy New Year to everybody also from all of us here at Fantasy Pros. I know that you're so excited for Championship Week. I know I am. I've got 3 teams alive out of my 12. I hope that you've got all of your teams alive, or at least one clearly today, because you're here asking me questions. So let's get after it. Let's figure it out. And let's start here with the first question here from Joshua. Joshua wants to know Hunter Renfro or Daryl Williams. I'm going to go with the Daryl Williams here and just kind of take the points, take the floor a little bit here, take the volume. I think Hunter Renfro is a perfectly good play and full point PPR. I would say this. Daryl Williams probably has good touchdown equity today. Clyde Edwards-Helaire out. I think that's the way I would go. Next here, Pittman or Renfro. Looks like a theme developing already today in Week 17. A lot of Hunter Renfro questions. I'm going to take Pittman. With Wentz back, I like Pittman a little bit better here. I think the target share has been well over 30% the last 4 weeks here for him. I like that trend. That's a positive thing. I just think Las Vegas is just falling apart at the end here. And the Indianapolis Colts defense has been very good. Kenny Moore's played very well in the secondary too. So I think that Pittman's my pick of these two. Next here is Ryan. Look, Ryan, I'm making you famous here on the show. Nice pick of Ryan here, our friend. Green Bay defense, very tempting, especially now with Kirk Cousins out. But you know what? Still going to roll with those boys from Miami. Those boys from Miami have been getting it done. They've been very good down the stretch here. I think this is a good matchup for them against Tennessee regardless. If you want to go Green Bay, I get it. I ain't mad at you. I think at the end of the day, they're both going to be around double-digit points, somewhere around 10 to 12 points each. I think that's about the expectation for both of them. So that would put them probably right in that conversation for defensive special teams one. I think there's more upside for Miami personally with the way they've been playing. So I would still go with Miami, but I get it. So if your heart says play Packers, okay. Joey P's playing Miami. That's all. All right, let's go to the next one here. Who we got here? Let's go with Estevan. Fantasy Championship. With Kirk out with COVID-19, Taysom Hill or Trey Lance. Well, look, we're not exactly sure if Trey Lance is going to play as of right now. And again, it's tough to get updates while I'm doing this. If I get anything here as we're going, I will let you know. But right now, they were still hoping that Garoppolo might be able to gut it out. I think that's a long shot. Regardless, I would still play Taysom Hill. And look, I know all year I've been the guy who loves Trey Lance. I know how the guy loved Trey Lance in March. I thought Trey Lance should have been the number 2 overall pick in the draft. But despite how tempting the matchup is against Houston, I think I'm going to still go with Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill is a very solid, strong quarterback. Give me the points and get out. Next here on our list is Game on here wants to know Eli Mitchell or Daryl Williams. I think Daryl Williams for me. I'm not sold that Eli Mitchell is healthy. It's just going to be a game time decision. It looks like he's going to play. But still, I would rather have Daryl Williams. Always take the healthy guy. Healthy guys are what you're looking for. Next here is Big Bad Leo. Mike Gesicki or Noah Fant, full point PPR. Mike Gesicki. I can't, no more Noah Fant. No more. Stop with the Noah Fant. I can't do it anymore. Won't do it anymore. Next is Leroy. Leroy Jackson is up here on the show. What's up, Leroy? Full point PPR. Mitchell or Swift. I'm going to go with Swift here. I'm going to go with Swift. It's a really good matchup against Seattle. Seattle's defense is not very good. And I think a healthy Deandre Swift back is a huge win for this offense. And, you know, with Mitchell, it's tough. Wilson's going to be around there. Debo will get carries. It gets money. What's the quarterback situation like tonight? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Give me Swift. I think it's just simpler. And I like simple. Look at me. Clearly, simple is my thing. All right, next one here on the list is Phillip. Let's go with Phillip here. Lance or Kyler Murray? Come on now. We got to start Kyler Murray over Trey Lance. Stop it. It's Kyler Murray. You got to play Kyler Murray. He's your dude. All right, let's keep going to the next one here, and let's take Cameron's question. Full point PPR, Chase or Aaron Jones? I'm playing Jamar Chase, and I understand that the Kansas City D has been very good. But Jamar Chase is a number 6 half-point PPR wide receiver overall. Jamar Chase has been outstanding this year. Aaron Jones is a very good running back. But once again, is it Jones? Is it Dillon? Do they have a huge lead? There's a lot of variables here in this game now with Minnesota because of the backup quarterback situation, the weather. I think Aaron Jones is a really good play. but not over Jamar Chase. I think that's where I struggle there. And I know Chase is a little boomer bust. I get that sometimes, but dude's got 10 touchdowns on the year. I got to go with Jamar Chase, especially in the full point PPR. All right, next here, Colts D or Miami D. Ooh, this is a tough one right here. Looking at my ranks, I've still got Miami just a spot or two ahead of the Indianapolis Colts. So I'm still going Miami. I love what that Miami D's been doing. If you want to play the Colts, I don't think it's a bad play at any stretch at all. So if that's what your gut's telling you to do, okay. The Las Vegas offense is not giving you a whole lot, but you know what? I just love the way that Miami D is playing. I think they're just on a roll, and you just got to roll with what's working. Ted is up next. Ted, the metalhead. Pick one, Gabriel Davis, DJ Moore, Devonte Parker. Well, in terms of safe, Devonte Parker is the safest guy of this bunch right now, in my opinion. DJ Moore is the most talented, but don't confuse that necessarily. I think what you got to do is got to kind of look at things and say, well, do I trust the quarterback play at Carolina? No. Do I trust Gabriel Davis coming off COVID? Not so much. I mean, you heard Tyreek Hill talk about it and how difficult that was for him. So maybe, just maybe, this is something that's a little bit more concerning. I'm going to go Devonte Parker here as a safe one. If you play DJ Moore, okay, you want to play your talent. I'm at peace with that decision in week 17. However, for me personally, Ted, I would play Devonte Parker here in this matchup. Next here, Javonte Williams or DK, and that's from William. You know what? That Javonte Williams matchup is very good against the Chargers. I would go against that Charger matchup despite splitting carries, despite the fact Gordon's there. I just think Gordon's done. DK, again, very up and down game log this year. There should be some elements in that game as well. I'm going to play Javonte Williams, take the safer points, and get out. I will say this, though. If I'm already behind in my head, if I'm playing a team that's a juggernaut that's got Cooper Kupp and Jonathan Taylor on it, and I think I'm out of it, then I can understand playing DK. Because DK does have the bigger, ceiling potentially, because there's always going to be that limitation with splitting carries with Gordon. Even if it's a 60-40 split in Williams' favor, it's still going to be the same. So for me, I'm going to go with Javonte Williams for the safer points. But if you are behind, if it's a full point PPR, which it is here, and you think you've really got no shot, then DK probably gives you that better shot. But I like Javonte Williams as the safer play. That's who I'd be playing. Next here is from Jennifer. Our friend Jennifer wants to know, who do I start? Dare Ogunbowale, Michael Carter, Jordan Howard, Kareem Hunt, or Jared Patterson? Now, here's the problem. You're not going to have definitions, a game time decision for Hunt until we get to Monday night. And you can't really wait because you don't have other options. I don't want to start Dare. Michael Carter is a terrible matchup, and Jordan Howard splitting carries. So right now, I would take the healthiest guy here, and the healthiest guy is Michael Carter. And I know it's a terrible matchup here against Tampa. I get that. And Patterson is intriguing. I'm intrigued. If Carter wasn't in this mix, I might be very intrigued. I think Howard is safe as well. But I think, once again, does he lose the touchdowns to Boston Scott's? A lot of question marks here. How healthy is he? I don't know. I want the healthiest guy, and I think the healthiest guy right now is actually Michael Carter, believe it or not. So that's the way I would personally go in this one. Good luck, Jennifer. Matthew Remsen wants to know, next, Knox or Everett, then pick one to start: Higgins, OBJ, Waddle, Damian Harris, or Patterson. Ooh, that's a tough one right there. There's some good names on that list. I think Damian Harris is the safest one of that second question, because I think against Jacksonville, they're just going to run the ball. Harris has looked really good in the last month or so since he had some health issues there. So I would definitely go with Damian Harris here out of this grouping here. T Higgins is very viable too. I'd love to get Higgins and Waddle in my lineup also, but it seems like you must have a pretty good lineup if this is the case, right? If you're asking me Higgins, Waddle, or Damian Harris, man, that must be a pretty good lineup already. So I'm just gonna play it safe there and take Damian Harris. When it comes to Knox or Everett, I'm gonna roll the dice with Dawson Knox one more time and just hope for the best there in that good matchup they have. Everett's just very touchdown dependent, but every tight end is to a certain extent. Next here, Gil, Marquise Brown, game time decision, so can't trust the late game. So Michael Gallup or Jared Patterson? Thanks. Well, Gil, for me in the PPR, I'm going to lean towards a wide receiver and Michael Gallup. Hope for the best. Hope that it's spread around a little bit and that maybe Gallup gets a touchdown. And Jared Patterson, I think, is a decent desperation play today. But I think Gallup is above desperation. So that's how I would go. I'll go with the guys that I've proven a little bit. And again, not knocking Patterson. I like Patterson as a DFS play today, actually. He allows you to go up to the top of the board for the Taylors, for the Cooper Kupps. But for me, if a championship game in season long is a different story. I'm going to try to see if Michael Gallup can get that job done. If it was half PPR, maybe we have a different conversation. In the full, give me Gallup. Hope for 6 for 60 or something like that. And if he does that, it's a good situation. That's 12 points. I'll take the 12. All right, let's go to Justin Dunn next. Philadelphia or San Francisco defense? Give me San Fran's defense against the Texans. I just like this matchup a little bit better here. All right, next here is a question from Shadestar. Higher floor, Dak or Burrow? This week I think Dak actually has the higher floor and ceiling. I got to be honest with you here. I know last week was thrilling, but that was also against the Baltimore Ravens secondary. This secondary and more importantly, this defense is a collective right now, and Kansas City's played much, much better. And I can't say the same about the Arizona defense. The Arizona defense is really kind of falling apart here towards the end. So for me, I would rather start Dak over Burrow this particular week. I really would. And it's not a knock on Burrow. It's just a matchup right now. And Dak is a very good quarterback, and I think he reminded everybody last week of that. Next is, who do we got here? Who do we got? Oh, there's a good one here. Let's go with Matthew. Matthew McConnell wants to know, Singletary or Hunter Renfro? In the half-point PPR, Singletary has had double digits 3 weeks in a row. I think I stick with that trend. I think I stick with Singletary. They should have a lead here against Atlanta, and they struggle with running backs historically who catch the football, and Singletary can do a little of that too. So give me Singletary in this one. It's a shame. Renfro is such a great player, but I just hate the trend here with the Las Vegas Raiders down the stretch. Let's go back to Andrew for a second. Sorry, Andrew, didn't mean to skip you. Which two should I start for the championship? Penny, Sony Michel, or Javonte Williams? I am starting Penny, and I am starting Javonte Williams here. I like Penny. 2 of the last 3 weeks have been very good for Rashad Penny. Sony Michel is going up against a very tough Baltimore defense up front. And I know you could say, well, that number's skewed because they throw the ball so much on the Baltimore defense, but the Baltimore defense still up front's pretty good. It's the secondary that's atrocious, really. So for me, I would go with Penny and Javonte Williams, and Sony Michel would be sitting here for me. All right, let's go to the next one here. Who we got? Let's spin the wheel. And we've got Jesus. Jesus wants to know what to expect from Jared Patterson. I would expect something probably along the lines of 12 to 15 carries, maybe 2 to 3 receptions, maybe 2 to 3 targets, somewhere in that range. If he gets a touchdown, it's going to be a different story, right? I think he is a 10-point player. I think with a touchdown this week, he's probably a 16 to 18-point player potentially if he has that one big play. Now, Jared Patterson was a pretty good running back in college. The running back position's been devalued significantly. And if you go back and even look at preseason, Jared Patterson was very good. But I don't want to go anointing somebody off of preseason and off of a small sample size we haven't seen. I like Jared Patterson. I think my expectation is he can get you 10, yeah. But I would still probably play the Boston Scotts of the world and guys like that over him. But if you're just really desperate, I would rather play Jared Patterson than Agumba Wale against the Patriots. That's about where I'm at in terms of trying to get that gauge. That's where I'm at with those guys. All right, let's go with another question here. Let's go, my friend Jose. Amon-Ra St. Brown or Mike Evans? Oh, look, it comes down to quarterback here. I got Tom Brady with Mike Evans against the Jets. Yes, please. Sign me up. Amon-Ra St. Brown has been terrific, and I don't want to take anything away from him. But his quarterback's been taken away from him. So right now, we got to make that decision and talk about that with ourselves. And I know Amon's really good. He's a good talent. If I'm going down with the ship, baby, it's going to be with Mike Evans. Next here is from Ryan. T Higgins, Josh Jacobs, or Brandon Ayuk in non-PPR. Give me T Higgins, man. 4 of the last 5 games, T Higgins has 100 yards receiving. I'm going with T Higgins. Sorry, just forget Josh Jacobs. No. All right, next year, Jonathan Krieger, flex Jordan Howard or Boston Scott. Oh, the worst thing about this is probably whoever we pick, we're going to be wrong, right? Because this is the coin flip. This is the way football is. Here's my 2 cents. Here's how I would break it down. Jordan Howard's been dealing with an injury all week. Jordan Howard could play in this game, come out of this game. That's not a good variable. Jordan Howard might just be a decoy in this game a little bit. Just because he's healthy doesn't mean he plays. That's a variable. Jordan Howard hasn't practiced all week, really. That's a variable. I'm going to play Boston Scott. Again, health is the most important thing right now. Let's go to the next one here. Let's see. Dan H. I hope this isn't Dan Harris asking me questions, because Dan Harris, come on, you're taking up other people's time. This is probably another Dan. 2-week finals. What defense to stream for week 18? Oh my goodness, I haven't even looked ahead to week 18 yet. Dan, if you come back to me with 2 options, I'll try to answer it for you. Let's go with Jed here. Jed is up next. Amon-Ra St. Brown or Brandon Cooks? This is a very close one for me. Davis Mills has played well. I think I'm going to go with Cooks here. And I understand Amon's great. If Goff was playing, it'd be a totally different story. I just have no faith in the quarterback there. And I don't have a lot of faith in Jared Goff to begin with, but I like the chemistry and what was working there. Give me Cooks. I think it's just safer this week. Next year, a lot of say, well, we already had that one. Sorry about that. Let's go to a next one here and go to Hochul. Schultz or Goddard in the full point PPR. This one's a little tougher right now. I think I lean towards Schultz because I think he's got more touchdown upside. And at the end of the day, that's what I want my tight ends. Good 2-week trend for Dalton Schultz. He's getting you double-digit half-point PPR points, somewhere around 15 points. Goddard's very good, but at the same time, I think Schultz gives you more touchdown equity, and that's what I want here. Chef Joe. Sometimes I'm referred to as Chef Joe, especially in my own house. Pick 2, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Chase, or Daryl Williams. This is a pretty good group right here. I like this group quite a bit. I'm going to go with Chase, and I'm going to go with Lamb. It's full point PPR. Those are the two guys I'm going to go with here. Look, it's just very difficult right now to play Justin Jefferson, unless we're talking about, do we play Justin Jefferson over guys like Ayuk or, guys who are in that fringe wide receiver 3 group? Then I'm playing Jefferson. But Lamb and Chase are wide receiver 1s. Now, if you want to try to cover yourself a little bit, right? You want to play it safer. You could play Chase and Daryl Williams. That is the give me some upside, give me some floor. You could do that as well. Chase and Williams is okay. Chase and Lamb is what I would do in the full point PPR and just go for broke and go for the championship. That's, to me, what I would do. But if you want to split the difference, Chase Williams is that little bit safer. Give me a little bit of each. I'm okay with that too. I'm at peace with that. Another one here, Brian asking Kyler or Dak. It's still going to be, for me, Dak Prescott. I just hate the trend of what's going on here with the end of the Cardinals season. This is a tough one here. I love Kyler Murray, but his offense does not look good. No Hopkins. I know Edmonds played really well last week, but I have no faith in A.J. Green. Rondell Moore's not healthy. I don't know, man. I'm just going to go with Dak here. He's got all the weapons. Let's go. Let's go with Stacy here. Stacy, only girl in the league again. Good for you, Stacy. Go take it to those boys. Again, I call them boys. You're the woman in the league. Made it to the finals today. Good for you. Should I play Zeke or Devin Singletary? I don't know what to do. Look, you drafted Zeke as your number 1, right? Chances are he was your first pick. You got to live and die with that. I understand Devin Singletary's been decent, and that's great. But it's championship time. So the question is, can you live with yourself if you sit your number 1 pick, and then you wake up on Tuesday morning and you lost? And the answer for me is no. You can't do that. So for me, I'm going to try to talk you off the ledge here. And I've been the biggest detractor of Zeke going into the year. Everybody knows that. But I'm still the guy at the end telling you you're going to start him over Devin Singletary. I like Singletary as an RB2. I think Zeke is a fringe RB1 this week. But I'm going to play Ezekiel Elliott because that's how I constructed my team. So if I'm going to win or lose, I'm going to win or lose based on that. And I'm not going to win or lose based on a guy that I picked off the waiver wire. I'm sorry, just not going to do that. So good luck, Stacy. Go bring it home for the ladies. All right, Jennifer, we already got your question here. Let's go with Jorge here. Please help. Flex in a full point PPR. Ayuk, Jared Patterson, Foreman, and then Chicago D or Dallas D. Let's make this easier here. Still the Dallas D for me. I know everyone's talking about, well, the Chicago D is playing the Giants. I get that. The Giants are terrible. But the Chicago defense has not put up massive amounts of points in fantasy. So the Cowboys do. The Cowboys get to the quarterback. The Cowboys create turnovers. Okay, the Cowboys score. Big difference. And I know that could happen with Chicago. But the Dallas defense has got my respect. I'm going with the Dallas defense. Now, for the full PPR here, I'm a little uneasy with the whole quarterback situation in San Fran now. It's very fluid. I think I would still start Foreman for better or worse. I know it's a tough matchup against Miami. But Foreman, I've seen a little bit. I know there's limitations, but I think Foreman's still a part of that offense. So Foreman, to me, has got the edge there. He's the safer guy. I think I'm just going to go with Foreman of that group. It's a tough one. I'll just hope that Foreman gets you enough points and that the other guys carry you. That's what you need, Jorge. You shouldn't be winning or losing based on Ayuk or Jared Patterson or Foreman. You need the other guys on your team to step up. If you lost because of these guys, then the rest of your team wasn't good enough in the first place to win. Let's go with Beth here. All the ladies are out today for Joey P. I love it. Let's go, ladies. Defense today, Packers or 49ers. This one's a very close one here for me, Beth. I would still have the 49ers just a hair over the Packers, just a hair. That 49er defense against Houston theoretically should do well today. They're also playing at home. They are very safe floor, San Francisco. They give you basically 9 points every single week, where there's times where the Packers are a little up and down. Now, I understand the temptation here to play against Mannion, and I understand it's cold and all that other stuff. But listen to the Packer game log here. 17 points, 1 point, 13 points, 13, 0, 13. Now they're probably going to be closer to that 13. Here's the difference. Let's talk about the 49ers here, and let's talk about championship week. Last few weeks, 11, 5, 9, 9, 9, 5. Okay, so we got a safer floor of points here. It's a good matchup against Houston. They are at home. I would go and hope you get that 9-point team, and if you get the 13 from Green Bay, okay, you live with that. That's fine. It's only a 4-point difference. But what if the Packers bottom out? What if this isn't the game everybody just expects it to be? I'll take the 49ers here in this one. Let's go with Giovanni, my people. Giovanni Serrano, hey, Paisan. Happy New Year to you as well. Gronk, Daryl Williams, or Damian Harris. Ooh, this is a tough one. Probably a shallow league here. If I'm looking for floor, I'm looking for carries, and Damian Harris is probably that guy. Harris has been very steady. This is a smash matchup against Jacksonville. I understand you're always concerned because you could lose to Hunter Henry at the goal line area. You lose to Ramondre Stevenson or Bolden or anybody there. I get that. But I think Harris gives you that best combination, and you know they're going to be a run-first football team. Whereas it's not the same with the Kansas City Chiefs. They are far from a run-first team. Patriots are. So give me Damian Harris there. And I love Gronk. It's just the variables of Gronk, too. He's a tight end by comparison to the running backs. You're locking in the volume there with Damian Harris, so that's what I want to do. All right, next here is Kevin. Kevin's on the show here. Kevin, Freiermuth or Moreau? Give me Freiermuth. Please, let's go and do that. Also took out Justin Jefferson for Amon-Ra St. Brown. See, that I wouldn't do. I'm going to leave Justin Jefferson in, Kevin. Justin Jefferson is a great player. Mannion has played. He's been around the NFL, okay? He is not great. That's why he's a backup quarterback. But to take Justin Jefferson on my lineup for Amon-Ra St. Brown with a backup quarterback, give me the better talent with the backup quarterback every day of the week, Kevin. That's what I would do. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. That's up to you. Another question about Hunter Renfro from Jeff here. Renfro or Burkhead or Knox for the flex? Gronk is at tight end for me already, so you got a good tight end in Gronk. I don't love playing two tight ends. I would go ahead with Renfro here, especially in the full point PPR, Jeff. Let's go with Jameson. Morning, Joe. Good morning, Jameson. Mr. Woodruff wants to know, pick 2.5 point PPR. Deontay Johnson, Antonio Brown, Keenan Allen, and Jalen Waddle. So that's what we've got to pick from here. I would have loved to say Antonio Brown up until this ankle issue here. It makes me skeptical. I don't like variables. I don't like Keenan Allen's matchup against the corners of the Denver Broncos right now. I'm going to go with Jalen Waddle and Deontay Johnson because I think that Roethlisberger's got one more in him. I really do. I think he's got one more good shot there. All right, let's go with another one here. Let's go with Jason. We'll skip Jason here for a second here because he doesn't have a real question. Let's go with Troy. Troy does. Should I start Elijah Mitchell or DeAndre Swift? DeAndre Swift for me. DeAndre Swift for me. Once again, not sure what's going on with the quarterback. Debo gets carries. Jeff Wilson might get some carries here in this one, especially because Eli's just deemed healthy enough to play. I know Eli's been solid this year when he's getting that full workload, but that workload's in question right now. So give me Swift because I'm not questioning that workload. Let's go to Alberto Ramirez. Alberto wants to know, need 2 running backs, 1 in the flex in full PPR. Javonte Williams, Rashad Penny, Damian Harris, and Devonte Smith. So Smith is out for me in this trio. Damian Harris is definitely in. Rashad Penny's definitely in because they're not splitting really. I mean, it's really pretty much their show. I love Javonte. This is a really tough one for me. 2 running backs and 1 flex. Oh, I'm good. I can have everybody. Yay! I misread. Terrific. Alberto, we did it. Javonte in. Rashad in. Damian Harris in. All the running backs in. Devonte Smith. See you later, buddy. All right. Next here is Brent. Dario Gumbawale or Ramondre Stevenson. Please help. Man, look, I understand wanting to go with Dare here because of volume, and I'm the volume guy, but I do not believe in Jacksonville at all. I have a real hard time getting around there, so I'll take my chances with Stevenson and hope for one big play or hope for a touchdown. That's what I'm going to hope for. Brent, I'm sorry, this is not a great situation, so you got to hope that the other guys make up for it because I don't think either one of these guys are winning you a championship, but if I'm going to try to start somebody of these two, I'm going to start Stevenson. Next here, let's go with David. Sony, Michelle, Mixon, Penny, Rojo, pick 2. Look, Sony's out by those comparisons of these guys. But here's the problem here. I struggle with sitting Joe Mixon. I mean, Joe Mixon's your number one pick, most likely, your number two pick. I have a hard time doing that. I really do. I mean, that's why these guys are those picks, right? This is a big game here for the Cincinnati Bengals. So I'm playing Mixon. Then it's Penny or Rojo for me. To me personally, there's so many options in the Tampa offense. I would rather start Penny. Especially if there's going to be weather issues too. They're going to run the football a lot. I'm going to go with Penny and Mixon. That's where I'm going to go. Let's go to the next one here. Let's go to Edgar, Christian Kirk, or Kendrick Bourne. I don't think Kirk is going to be available now from what I've seen. Let me double check on the Christian Kirk situation too. Because again, everything has been so fluid this year. And, I appreciate, everyone's patience here because news flies in and out all over the place here. Let's check with Christian Kirk here. Okay, we're going to have Kirk available. That is all good here. We do have him. That's fine. I'm going to go with Christian Kirk. He's been the guy, quote unquote, in terms of volume for the most part here. AJ Green hasn't really done anything. I think when you're looking at the other options here in this passing game, Rondale Moore's hurt. I think you go with Christian Kirk and you just hope. Now, I know Kendrick Bourne's like 4 for 4 with 40 yards and a touchdown when he's good, and this is probably one of the games where he would be good. But I think I'm going to try my best to have more shots. Give myself, it's like poker. You want more opportunities, more shots to be good, right? More outs. Christian Kirk gives you more of that, so give me Kirk. Cody is up next. Should I start Bills, Eagles, or Dolphins defense today in my championship game? Ooh, a lot of choices here. It would not be the Eagles for me. They are immediately out. Again, not a great fantasy scoring defense, and neither are the Bills. In terms of fantasy scoring defenses, just look at the board, man. Look at the board, and in terms of scoring, the Miami defense has been so good lately. They've put up some huge... They're number 3 on the season in scoring. And if you look at some of these huge games that they've put up here, look, week 9, 17, week 10, 18, then 5, 23, 9, 9, 25. These are huge outputs. These are the kind that can win you a championship. I'm going to go with the Dolphins defense. They've earned it here, Cody. All right, let's go with another one here. Let's go with this question here. Mike Evans, Brandon Ayuk, MVS, or Gabriel Davis. Pick one. It's Mike Evans. Easy. Good luck. Kason wants to know half-point PPR. I'm not sure what that is. AM, PM. Sorry. Be more specific, boys and girls. All right, Brandon McConnell. Let's give you a shot here. Need starting running back Jared Patterson, Jordan Howard, or Saquon Barkley. Man, this is sad. How sad is this that it's come to that? I would still play Saquon Barkley over all those guys. I just would. Saquon Barkley, you picked him in the second round or the end of the first round. The fact that you made it to the Super Bowl here, you made it to the finals, to the championship week with Saquon on your roster, you might as well just keep going. Saquon Barkley or bust. I hope it's not bust for you, Brandon, but that's what you got to do. Next here, Alex wants to know Huntley or Russell Wilson. I understand this one. I get where you're coming from. Huntley's been pretty solid, but I think if I'm in a championship, I'm going to try to throw Russell Wilson out there. Hope for the Russell Wilson 18-point game. If Huntley plays well, he could go above that, but if he doesn't, I think there's a better floor with Russell Wilson. So, and there's been more tape on Huntley, and I like Huntley. Huntley's been very good. There's a difference between a DFS play and a season-long play. I want the floor at quarterback. I want Russell Wilson. Let's go with another one here. Let's go with Kevin. Moreau or Fryer move. Oh, we already got to that one. Sorry about that, guys. Some of you ask questions. Just do it once. You don't have to ask it a million times. I'll get to you. Relax, everybody. Craig wants to know, need to start 2 of the 4. Rojo, Zeke, Penny, or Mitchell. Give me Penny. Give me Zeke. Give me the number 1 pick guy. And then give me the upstart guy. It's too many upstarts at the end here. Maybe Ronald Jones has a huge game. Maybe he gets destroyed by Keyshawn Vaughn again. I can't handle that. Zeke and Penny is the way I go. I think that's the best of both here. Roll the Dice wants to know, thanks for doing the show all year. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate all of you. I see all of you. The fact that we still got people watching this live, thousands of people still watching this, it just tells you the work we're doing at Fantasy Pros. We know what we're doing. We're getting people to the championship, so we're going to try to help you win it now because, look, getting to it is the challenge. Winning it, it's a lot of luck at the end of the day. We all know that. You got to have the right guys at the right time and all this stuff. But you did it. You got here. Roll the dice. So let's go. Full point PPR. Choose one. OBJ, Brandon Cooks, and DeAndre Swift. I'm going to look at it this way. Roll the dice. If I just want my safe points, right, I go with the running back. If the rest of my lineup is really good and I've got some stars that I feel really good at, like I'm a Cooper Kupp team, I'm a Jonathan Taylor team, I'm a guy that's got Tyreek Hill kind of big time wide receivers, or Devonte Adams and Aaron Rodgers, like I'm like my chances. I take the points with DeAndre Swift and I don't get fancy. if I need a little bit more upside, the upside play actually between these other two guys, and Cooks is kind of limited. OBJ's got a great matchup, but again, it could be all Cooper Kupp. It could be Van Jefferson. DeAndre Swift, I think, is kind of that guy where you just get your points in the flex, and I think that's what you're looking to do here, because chances are, if you're choosing between these guys, you probably got a good lineup already. So roll the dice, go with DeAndre Swift, take the volume, and get out. Next here is Hiokel. Hiokel wants to know, Devonte Smith or DJ Moore? Oh, God. I know it's so tough right now to start either of these guys, but I think I'll go with DJ Moore, just the superior talent at the end of the day. Damian Rodriguez, CD or Sony Michel in the flex PPR. To me, I'm still going with CD Lamb, especially in PPR. I always like those wide receiver guys in the PPR. So I'm always going to lean towards that. I just think they're going to throw the ball all day long on Baltimore, so I don't know what that does to Sony Michel. Sure, they could be short of the goal line, and he could end up getting 3 touchdowns today. It's very possible. But I think CD Lamb is the way I go here in this one. All right, next here is Next Level Gaming wants to know, Kamara, Edmonds, Penny, Rojo, start 3, sit 1. Well, Kamara's not coming out, Edmonds isn't coming out, and Penny's not coming out. So Rojo sits for me there. Sorry about Next Level Gaming. I know you probably like Ronald Jones, but I think Jones has to sit for me by comparison. Next here is Whiskey, Tango, Foxtrot. Kirk or Cooks? I go with Cooks here because Davis Mills has been okay. Davis Mills has been all right, and I trust Brandon Cooks as a wide receiver more than Christian Kirk. Next is Deontay, or Dante, excuse me. Too many Deontays. My apologies, Dante. Dante wants to know, half PPR, pick one between Swift, Daryl Williams, or Damian Harris. Damian Harris still for me. I have him highest in my rankings this week against Jacksonville. He's looked really good carrying the football. He's looked tough, explosive. He's given you big breakaway plays in the last month. He's giving you touchdowns. I don't know what more you can want. And they're going to run the football. That's going to be what they're doing. They'll probably have a lead in this game too. All right, next here, let's go with Mr. Primo. I don't know how to say this. How do you answer anything? It's a constant stream. I do my best. That's the answer to that question. I try to get to as many as I can here. Andrew wants to know, Cooks, Lockett, St. Brown. Please pick 2 in the full point PPR. I'm going to go with Tyler Lockett here, and I'm going to go with Cooks because I believe in what's going on there quarterback-wise. Now, look, if you want to start Amon-Ra St. Brown over Cooks, I get that one. That I get. I'm not going to start him over Tyler Lockett. We can't have that conversation. If you want to start him over Cooks, I get it. The trend's been really good, but you're taking out the quarterback. I don't know what he's going to be with a backup quarterback. I don't know. I mean, the downgrade from Jared Goff can't be good. I don't know. I can't do it. I know St. Brown's been terrific. If you want to play St. Brown, it's okay. I think him and Cooks are very close, but I'm playing Lockett regardless. But for me, it's Lockett and Cooks. That's the way I'm going today. Let's go with Eric. Antonio Brown, Javonte Williams, or Brandon Cooks. If I'm trying to be safe and just get points, it's Javonte Williams by far. Great matchup against the Chargers despite splitting carries. Antonio Brown's the upside play. So if you're behind already and you think, the projections hate your team and they love the other person's team, then Antonio Brown's the play there. But Javonte Williams is the one I would be starting. All right, let's go with Steve up next. Do I start Aaron Rodgers or Joe Burrow? I think you start Aaron Rodgers. He's MVP candidate right now. You got to start Aaron Rodgers. I know Joe Burrow threw for 500 yards, but he's not taking the Baltimore secondary with him. So, therefore, I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers. Next here, who is next? George, half-point PPR, Zeke, Elijah Mitchell, or Damian Harris. Ooh, this is a trickier one. I'm going to play Damian Harris. I think he's kind of like the forefront of that Patriots offense right now. I just feel like that's the case. And you can't say that about Ezekiel Elliott anymore. He's not that guy. He's not that dude anymore. So I'm still playing Damian Harris. I think he's the safest one. Elijah Mitchell's in the distant third for me of those guys. Let's go with Brendan. Brendan wants to know Pittman or St. Brown. I'll go with Pittman here. He's had a 30% target share over the last month. His quarterback is back and playing healthy. It's a good matchup against Las Vegas. Now, Las Vegas secondary without Jonathan Abram is not the same secondary. As soon as he got hurt, you could tell already you could throw the ball all day on those guys. So give me Pittman. Next here is Jeff Smith, Elijah Mitchell, Burkhead, or Foreman. With this grouping, I'll take my shot with Elijah Mitchell and hope for the best. This is where my Elijah Mitchell comes into play. Jefferson or Pittman in the full point PPR. Man, this is tough. Pittman is real close to replacing Jefferson, but I don't know, man. Jefferson's that dude that got me there. I'm going to still put my faith in the player. And let's keep this in mind too. There's no Adam Thielen in this mix anymore, right? So I understand the elements. I understand the backup quarterback play. I get that. Pittman is a guy you can make the case for it, but I'm still going to start Justin Jefferson. And I know that scares the crap out of a lot of people. I get it, but Jefferson's the guy for me. All right, let's go. Next here is the Colonel. You can't handle the truth. Hi, Joe. Hi, Colonel. QB dilemma that almost cost me a shot in the championship game. Start Hurts or Burrow. And then, all right, let's start with that one first. Hurts or Burrow. I think against the Kansas City defense, I'm going to start Jalen Hurts here instead because Burrow has a tough matchup against KC. Hurts has that rushing equity. I think he gives you the better situation of points. And I get it. I get last week. It's kind of scary to have Joe Burrow on your bench and throw for 500 yards. If he did indeed be on your bench last week, I can understand why you're concerned, but I would start Hurts this week against Washington. Half PPR, start Eli Mitchell or Devonte Smith. In the flex, I would start Eli Mitchell over Smith. I just want the possible touches there of Eli. Next here, Alex, Colts or Cowboys? Still the Cowboys for me. Again, the Colts are really good, but the Cowboys defense has been extraordinary. In fact, they're my number one defense this week because the turnover rate that they've created is just incredible. And by the way, the Dallas Cowboys are the number one fantasy defense on the season. 17 points, 22 points, 16 points, 24 points. Guys, you got to give them credit. I know people hate the Cowboys, but come on. Next, Eli Mitchell or Tyler Boyd. And that's from Ryan Noonan, my old pal Ryan. Ryan, what's up, buddy? How are you? Good to see you, my friend. Look at you, looking all dapper in that fancy white shirt. I would start Eli Mitchell, buddy. That's what I would go. I would go with Eli Mitchell here. Tyler Boyd is just too all over the place here. And I know you can make a good case of, well, they've done a good job in the secondary recently with Spagnuolo's done a really good job of limiting guys. So maybe Tyler Boyd can pop off and have a good game. And I know recently he's been better. But I would go with Eli Mitchell. I just feel like there's just a better overall package there for Eli Mitchell. All right, next here is Tommy. Higgins, Swift, or Penny, non-PPR. Choose one. Ooh-wee. I think Penny in the non-PPR. If we're talking standard lead, I go to running backs. I think Penny has the most touchdown equity of this group, so give me Penny. Especially because as good as Higgins has been, let's not pretend like, Higgins is, 4 touchdowns this year? He's got huge 100-yard games. I get it. But standard league, it's about the touchdowns. PPR flex from Code Negative. Code Negative, PPR flex. Jared Patterson, Gabriel Davis, Jeffrey Wilson, Osborne, or Freeman. Ugh. Davis is out of this grouping because too many variables. Same with Jeffrey Wilson. Same with KJ Osborne. Right now, as sad as that makes me. And then it comes to Freeman or Patterson. I think I'll go with Devonte Freeman here. I think I go with Devonte Freeman. That's where I would go. I think it's just safe. I like safe here when I'm getting to the end of the year. People overdo it. They overthink things. Let's just get the safe guy in there, the veteran that we trust in. Next one here, Connor. Connor's health is not making me feel good. Burkhead or Jared Patterson. If Connor plays, which again, I'm doing the live stream here, so I don't know if anything's changed. It was not looking good, certainly at that point where I started the live stream. But if Connor plays, I would play Connor for better or worse. If he doesn't play, I would play Patterson over Burkhead. I don't like that Burkhead matchup against San Fran. Next is B. Morado, Tua, Tannehill, Huntley, or Hill. Pick one. Pick one. It doesn't matter that it's PPR. These are quarterbacks. Why are you asking me? Why you say PPR? Who cares? It's not Tannehill. Too many turnovers. Huntley, pretty good. Hill, probably the best. Still, I'll take the rushing equity of Hill over Tua. So give me Taysom Hill. Ugh, gross. Half point PPR. Dare Ogunbowale or Jared Patterson at the flex. Give me Patterson. Ogunbowale is fine to get all the carries, but what if it's constant 3 and out? They're going into New England. Jacksonville. It's going into New England after the New England defense was bad last week. I do not like Dare's upside in this game. Give me Jared Patterson. All right, next, Schultz or Knox. Give me Schultz. Better touchdown equity. Not by much, but by enough recently. Give me Schultz there, Dale. All right, next here is Gold Rush. Panic mode. All right, let's go with the next one here. We go to Nicholas. Half point PPR, Ogunbowale or Renfro. It's Renfro. Come on. Oh, Dare Ogunbowale or Hunter. You gotta start Hunter Renfro. I don't care if it's wrong. I don't care if that's bad fantasy football. Okay? And no, it's not good fantasy football if you play Ogunbowale and he outscores Renfro. That's just sheer dumb luck. That's just sheer, unadulterated dumb luck. Please don't do that. Play Renfro, okay? Stop it. Stop it. All right, Jake. Jake wants to know, Gronk or Knox? Gronk. Always Gronk. Whenever you can Gronk over just about anybody not named Andrews, Kittle, or Kelsey, you Gronk. Next is Max. Standard League, Chase Edmonds, Penny, Swift, Sony, Rex, Dare. Choose 3. Okay, let's go. Chase Edmonds, in. Rashad Penny, in. Deandre Swift, in. You're welcome. Let's go next to Marshall. Marshall, Jordan Howard, or Dare Ogunbowale. I have Connor, but I don't know if you should bank on playing, unfortunately. Yeah, I agree. If Connor's in, I play Connor. If not, I play Jordan Howard. I'm not messing around with Dare Ogunbowale for my championship. I don't care. I don't care. What? Duh. Stop it. Okay, let's go with who we got here. Let's go with somebody new here. Let's go Cam. Joe, I'm worried about Justin Jefferson. You should be. Full PPR, Justin Jefferson or Waddle. Now, here's the thing. In the full PPR, you can make the case for Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle is the dude in this offense, right? Pittman is not the dude. This is why I would still play Jefferson over Pittman. Jefferson over Pittman makes sense. Because, you know, Pittman up and down game log, yeah, target share, but not a lot of touchdowns. It's the Jonathan Taylor offense. It just is. And game script is probably going to mean the Las Vegas Raiders keeping pace with Indianapolis is probably unlikely. Waddle, on the other hand, Waddle is the dude. Waddle gets 12 targets. Waddle has touchdown upside. Waddle's a really good play every week. He's good enough for me over Jefferson. So, yeah, if you're scared out of your mind, if this is a really tough matchup for you, Cam, I would play Waddle over Justin Jefferson. If I had Justin Jefferson, I'd be sitting him for Waddle. Waddle's the kind of dude we're talking about. It's got to be a Waddle. It's got to be a Higgins. It's got to be a guy who's a PPR monster kind of dude to begin with. All right, next here is David, Ayuk, or Michael Carter in the half-point PPR. Give me the running back in half-point PPR and hope for the best here. Hope that the Jets can muster some kind of at least garbage offense or something for Michael Carter. PPR, Barkley or Van Jefferson. Rich, I would say this to you. If you're playing from behind, you don't like your situation, if Van Jefferson's going to be good, it's against the Baltimore Ravens defense and that safety cornerback grouping. So if you need points, Van Jefferson. If you just want to be safe and get your 12 for Barkley, okay. But if you really got to have a little bit extra something because of the matchup you got, I think Van Jefferson's the kind of guy who can give you that. However, you know me, I'm boring. I like the points. Give me Barkley. All right, next is Caesar. Caesar wants to know, Swift, Elijah Mitchell, or Odell Beckham. Pick 2. I'm going to go with the 2 running backs here. Again, I want the volume. I want the guaranteed touches. As much as I love going against the Baltimore secondary, and God knows I do, I want the volume first. Volume is always king. It gives you more opportunities, more outs, more chances. So give me Swift, give me Eli Mitchell here. All right, next here is Foster Moreau or Pat Freiermuth. Give me Freiermuth. I love the good story. I love the narrative. Ben Roethlisberger's last game at Heinz Field. Yes. P.S. took Justin Jefferson out. Okay, I think we did this one already here. Next is Kevin. Kevin says, Happy New Year. Thoughts on starting Antonio Brown or Amon-Ra St. Brown? I would say this. As worried as I am about the ankle, I'm more worried about the quarterback situation. Also, there's another $333,000 Antonio Brown gets this year if he catches 3 more touchdowns. So I think Antonio Brown knows that there's money involved. I would go with Antonio Brown for better or worse at this point. Basically, it's putting my investment in Tom Brady as opposed to putting my investment in the Detroit Lions quarterback. Tom Brady, Detroit Lions quarterback. He's not even on the screen, Detroit Lions quarterback. It's way down here. You can't even see it. All right, next here is Travis Lopez. Travis, Happy New Year. Lance, Taysom Hill, Russell Wilson, pick 2 for Superflex. Give me Taysom Hill for the rushing equity. And give me Russell Wilson for the floor. And go to town. Go win that championship. I love Trey Lance, but come on, man. Like, we can't put Trey Lance as a QB1. I don't care if he's playing Houston. And Houston shows up sometimes. Sean, Boston Scott or Dare Ogunbowale. Sean, please play Boston Scott. Please. All right, which one do... Ogunbowale is going to have 150 rushing yards today, and everyone's going to yell at me. And you know what? I would still tell you not to sit him, not to play him if you could avoid it. Sit him. Just sit him. I love this. This has become too grouchy old Joe sitting there telling people to sit Dare Ogunbowale. And he's a great story. I love Dare. I can't throw him to the Wolves, and the Wolves being the Patriots. Which do I bench? Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Jalen Waddle, or Justin Jefferson? Nick, You done good here, my friend. I can only assume this is a 10-team league or 8-team league here. That you did this and you have all these guys, or it's a keeper situation. So you have Hill, you have Diggs, you have Waddle. You can afford to sit Justin Jefferson because he's the guy you don't know. And you have 3 wide receiver ones here because I think Waddle is a 1 in PPR. So that's what you do. Good luck, Nick. Nice roster construction. All right, let's go to Billy. AB or T Higgins? Now look, I think AB has the bigger day potentially ceiling wise, but the variability injury is too much for me. I would play T Higgins and be safer here as long as I like the rest of my lineup. If I hate my lineup, if I Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he's out. I got this guy, he's out. I don't like the way my quarterback's playing. Then I say, well, what the hell? Let's throw AB and see what sticks. And maybe AB has a huge game with Tom Brady. Otherwise, I play T Higgins. I think T Higgins is just the safer dude in the PPR. I think he can get you 16, 17 points. I think you take that. I think AB's always got the upside for a 25-point day. I don't think Higgins has that this particular week, but Higgins is a good start. I'm going to start T Higgins here. Next is Pat wants to know Van Jefferson or Justin Jefferson. It's Justin Jefferson still. You still got to play Justin Jefferson. All right. Next is Rodney, Ramondre Stevenson, Dante Foreman. I'm going to say Foreman still, too. I think he gets a little bit more of that workload, and that's what you're looking for. Cameron, Chaser, we already got you, Cameron. You got you already, Cameron. All right, this is a good one here. I like this one. Bennett wants to know Brandon Cooks or Cordero Patterson. I will go with Brandon Cooks here. Give me Brandon Cooks over Cordero Patterson. I do not like the trend line for Cordero Patterson. In fact, here you go. Ready? Fun stat, because I got it here from the TV show this morning. So hold on a second. I got it. First 8 games for Cordero Patterson. 5.9 targets. 4.8 receptions, 57 receiving yards. Last 6 games, 3.2 targets, 1.8 receptions, 10.7 receiving yards. Ugh. And he plays Buffalo. Gross. It's not good. Play Brandon Cooks. All right, next. Bradley wants to know Pittman or Penny. I go with the volume guy, Penny. I don't care what format it is. Give me Penny in this one. Next here is Ricardo. Need one. Cordell Patterson, we just talked about, speaking of the devil, Deandre Swift or Williams. I would go with Swift. I think Swift is the best of these guys, and Seattle's terrible defensively, so give me Swift. Stu, standard scoring, which mobile quarterback? Huntley, Lance, or Hill? Hill still for me, regardless. He's real close to Huntley, and I like Huntley. I just wish it was a better matchup. Carolina is a good young defense, but I think Carolina's falling apart at the seams right now. Plus, it's in New Orleans, tougher environment, so give me Taysom Hill. Samos Restaurant, Jared Patterson, Connor, or Burkhead. Well, Connor if he plays, but I don't know how that's going. I never have any faith in Rex Burkhead as a running back. Call me crazy. I just want to see Jared Patterson then. And this is the instance where I go Patterson. And I understand Burkhead's been pretty good, and if you think it's safer, I can't argue that. Like I can't sit here and tell you I have enough to go on with Jared Patterson over Rex Burkhead. So for me to sit here as an analyst and tell you, Jared Patterson becomes a gut play. Jared Patterson becomes a guy that I think I look at and I go, do I like the potential here for him more than Rex Burkhead, who's like, a couple yards in a cloud of dust? I do. San Francisco's a really tough defense. And I know he put up 27 points last week. It's against the Chargers. They're the worst in the league. Before that, he gave you 5 points, 7 points, 5 points. I think Patterson gave you double digits. So that's my reasoning. I want you to understand where I'm coming from and the reason why I'm taking Patterson. But if Connor plays, I'll still take my chances with a hurt Connor. All right, next, stop. Hey, look, if I answered your question, stop asking them, please, for the love of God. What are you doing here? All right, what do we got here? Ben, AB or Deontay Johnson, half-point PPR. Give me DJ, he's safer. If I need more, and you know what? No, just give me DJ, he's safer. I don't even want to think about it again. Tommy wants to know how I feel about Saquon Barkley this week. Not good. How's that? That's an easy one. All right, let's go to a new one here. We've got Jason, Tua or Huntley. Give me Huntley over Tua because of the rushing equity he brings. Let's go to the next one. You already got Sean. We got a lot of these here. I'm trying to pull up some new ones here because I see people who ask over and over again. You don't have to do that. I'll get to you one at a time here. Let's not go crazy. Let's go to some of the newer ones here. Let's go with Jimmy. Jimmy wants to know Swift or Ronald Jones in the full point PPR. I go with Swift because Swift is going to catch the football. Ronald Jones, probably not so much. All right, let's go to the next one here. Nick B. Joey P, you're the best. Oh, well, thank you, Nick. I appreciate you. We feeling good about Ertz over Goddard? Yeah, actually, I am. Ertz is that one piece that I actually feel pretty good about when it comes him and Edmonds. I feel good about. Everything else in Arizona is falling apart. Heather is up next. Hey, Heather. Happy week 17. Thank you for helping me get to 2 championships. You're welcome. You did all the work. I'm just here to kind of talk things out. PPR, pick 2. St. Brown, Pittman, Cooks, DJ Moore, and then Seahawks or Browns defense. I don't know if I want to play around with this Browns defense against Pittsburgh in this emotional game. I'll probably go with the Seahawks, which is gross. I hate it, but I think I can understand going that route. If you play the Browns at the end of the day, I don't think that's a bad play because they have better personnel. But I think I would give it a shot to Seattle, especially with Seattle being at home and the Browns being on the road. Then picking 2 from this group, St. Brown, again, scary to me. Pittman, I feel confident in. Cooks, I feel confident. I'm going to take the 2 guys I feel confident in, that they know the quarterback they've been playing with, and that's about it. DJ Moore's quarterback's been all over the place. St. Brown not playing with Goff this week, so that's what I would do, Heather. Good luck. Hopefully it's not going to come down to those guys, but that's the way I would go. Next year, Saints defense or 49ers defense. Still the 49ers defense for me, even though the Saints are also a good play. Brandon, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Brandon. AB, AJ Brown, Waddle, Brandon Cooks. Got to sit 1. Okay, so let's see. Waddle's in. You know what? I'm rolling the dice here trying to win. Cooks would be out for me with this grouping. I'm going to roll my dice with AB, with Antonio Brown, AJ Brown, Waddle. I roll my dice with my best guys and see what happens there and hope for a big day from one of them. All right, let's go to the next one here. Let's go to Richard. Hey, Joey P. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Richard. Standard League, Cordero Patterson, Jordan Howard, or Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson. That's easy. That's a good one. And then the Colts D or the Panthers D. I like the Colts D. They're playing hot right now. They're playing well. Andrew wants to know, Trey Lance or Taysom Hill? Let's go with Taysom Hill. Kyler Murray or Joe Burrow? Not Burrows, William. No S. No S. I will go with Kyler Murray here in this one. Next, OBJ, Van Jefferson, or Cooper? Ooh, this is a tricky one here because you're gonna flip the die. You're gonna basically flip a coin here between these 2 guys of OBJ and Van Jefferson. Now, OBJ I think have above Van Jefferson this week, but Amari Cooper I think is a better play than both of them. So give me Amari Cooper so I stay out of that. Next one, Matt says Joey P. Half PPR, Boston Scott or Patterson? Still Boston Scott. Still Boston Scott for me. I think he brings enough touchdown equity in this game to still go there. Happy New Year from Samuel. Lance or Huntley? I'm going to go with Huntley still. Still have Huntley there. He's earned my respect. I mean, I just can't do it. Sorry, guys. Like, what if Garoppolo plays? I mean, if I see anything in the next, 2 seconds that changes that, I mean, obviously it's different, but I don't know. That's kind of where I go. And by the way, just for breaking news here, Lamar Jackson officially inactive today, which, again, no surprise there. But the other question here, you have Kirk, Penny, Mitchell, pick 2. I'm going to go with the 2 running backs, even though it's full point PPR. I want the volume. I want the opportunity, Samuel, and that gives me the best shot. Russell or Matthew Stafford? Matthew Stafford against Baltimore. Matthew Stafford against Baltimore. Beep, beep, beep. Big flashing lights. Let's go. Pick 1 Standard League. Brandon Cooks or Hunter Renfro, and that's from NKROM or 0M. I don't know. I'm going to go with Brandon Cooks there. I think he offers me more touchdown equity than Renfro. Next year is John. St. Brown or Renfro and Singletary or Patterson in full point PPR. I'm going to go with Renfro, and I'm going to go with Singletary. That's an easy one. Singletary for sure. Christian is up next. Happy New Year, Joey P. Happy New Year, Christian. Please pick 3 of the 6 running backs. Okay, Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, clearly that's 1. Javonte Williams, that's 2. And then it's Penny or Zeke. I'm going to go with Zeke for 3. I love Penny, but I still got to go with Zeke. It's a championship week. I got to try. I just got to do it. All right, next one here. And don't forget, after me, you got a whole other hour coming up with Dan Harris, which I know you can't get enough of Dan Harris if you're like me. So don't go anywhere. If I didn't get to your question, Dan Harris most assuredly will. So stick around here. We got a whole other hour here from 12 to 1 to lock things up here for you. Let's go with Joshua. Pick 2 full point PPR. Daryl Williams, Deandre Swift, Amon-Ra St. Brown, or Eli Mitchell. Give me the 2 running backs. Give me Swift, give me Williams, and give me points. And give me liberty or give me death. All right, let's go to another one here. Let's see. Who do we got? Let's go to Solo. Happy New Year, Joe. What's up, Solo? Cordero Patterson or Jared Patterson? Half point PPR. Need a solid flex. Okay. First, let's start with this one before we get to the second one in here. As much as I hate the trend line for Cordero Patterson, I got to try one more time over Jared Patterson. It's just, he's had a much better season. Jared Patterson's a small sample size. If you think you're going to lose anyway, then play Jared Patterson and just see what happens. Maybe you get lucky, but I think it's more of a luck play at this point. Half-point PPR, Gabriel Davis, Boston Scott, Van Jefferson, or Tony Pollard. Thanks. Love the show. We love you too, Solo. I'll be playing Tony Pollard. I think Tony Pollard has a good opportunity today to touch the football. Boston Scott's a decent play too, but if just the one flex guy for this group for me personally is going to be Tony Pollard. All right, let's go to another one. I know they're coming fast and furious here. Thomas, Aaron Jones, Swift, or Sony Michel in the full point PPR. I still go with Aaron Jones here because now I think that the dynamic of that game has changed. I think you're going to get a lot more Aaron Jones in this one. Next here. Big Black Barbecue, Championship, 3 leagues. Nice, well done. Lance or Burrow, Penny or Swift. I'm going to go with Penny, and I'm going to go with Burrow still. And I want you to go win all those championships, brother. All right, next here, who do we have? My goodness, it's so fast here. Angel wants to know, Happy New Year. Najee, Montgomery, or Rojo, need 2 of them. I'm definitely starting Najee. I'm definitely starting Montgomery. Those are my 2. Rojo's 3rd. And then with the tight ends here, I love Hunter Henry, but Frymouth wins for me just by a hair. And then Dallas or San Fran, still Dallas. Thank you, and I wish you a prosperous new year. I wish you too, Angel. Congratulations on getting to the playoffs. Let's go with Jay. Flex! Connor, if he plays, St. Brown or Penny. Penny. Let's keep it simple here. Let's not get out of our mind here. Lance wants to know, pick 2 starters, Cooks or St. Brown. Hollywood, Mike Evans, Pittman, Kirk. I'm going to definitely go with Mike Evans here because he's on the field. And then the other one is very close. I think I go with Pittman. I'm playing the law of averages there. Scott or Foreman for Yanni. I'm going to go with Foreman still over Scott. Not by much, but now that Howard's active, I think it's just a little bit trickier. All right. Big Bad Leo TV. Help Joey P. Mike Gesicki or Noah Fant. Mike Gesicki. Easy. Done. I don't want to look at you, Noah Fant. I don't even want to look at you. Let's go with John W. Half PPR flex. AJ Brown, CD, or Penny. Ooh, this is a trickier one here. In the half PPR, I typically look for touchdowns, right? So Rashad Penny has probably more touchdown equity than any of these guys. Miami defense played very good, so Brown would be 3rd. CD would be 2nd for me and very tempting, but I think I'm going to go with Penny instead. Next here, let's go with full PPR. Javonte Williams, Swift, Sony Michel need 2. Give me Swift, give me Williams. That's where I'm going with this one. Tomas, Sony or Deontay Johnson or Lockett in the full point PPR. I want DJ. I think DJ's got the best situation there of all of them. Next here is Slap. Happy New Year, Joe. Bears or Niners defense for the championship. That Niners defense, again, I keep telling you, I think that safe 9 points every week. I think I take that safe 9 points, even though the Bears matchup is very tempting. Emergency. Happy New Year. Saquon or Jared Patterson. Still Saquon. I just got to do it. I'm going to live and die with it, and I might die with it, but look, I'm still going to go with Saquon here. Kyler or Trey Lance. Kyler Murray. And finally, Mike Davis or Gabriel. Oh, come on, man. You got to say Mike Evans over Gabriel Davis. Come on, man. Don't overthink this. Ray, if you play Mike Evans, Saquon Barkley, and Kyler Murray and you lose, at least you can look yourself in the mirror the next day. Come on now. Evans or Brown. If we're talking about AJ Brown or Antonio Brown, I don't know, but I'll give you both just in case. Evans over AJ Brown and Antonio Brown over Evans if you need the upside. If not, Evans is the safer play. Look at your lineup, see what you can handle there. Next is Benjamin, full point PPR, pick 2, Mooney, Devonte Parker, Dare or Boston Scott. No to Dare. Devonte Parker I like in the full point PPR, and give me Boston Scott. So give me a little bit of the upside with Parker and the wide receiver, and give me a little touchdown equity with Scott there. Everybody love Dare. I think people just like saying Agumbawale. And I don't blame him. I like saying it too. It's fun. All right, next here. Pittman or Moore in the full point PPR. Give me Pittman. Here we go. IDP. Darius Leonard or Carlos Dunlap. Still Leonard for me, Luis. Still Leonard for me. I love the IDP question here. Let's go. Now we're playing tough people of fantasy football. All right. Kay wants to know, I'm in the finals. Elijah Mitchell or Deontay Johnson. Full PPR. Give me Deontay Johnson. Timothy. Damian Harris or Rashad Penny in half-point PPR. Still give me Damian Harris. I still think I just believe in him a little bit more. Next one here. Keenan Allen or Deontay Johnson. I actually like Deontay Johnson better this week than Keenan Allen. But if you want to play it safer, Keenan Allen's been great. I can't argue against that, but I would play DJ this week. Cooks or Saquon in the standard league. I still play the running back in Saquon, as much as that's going to pain me. Next here is Ikal. I'll do my best here. Elijah Mitchell or Javonte Williams. Give me Javonte Williams because Elijah Mitchell's not 100% healthy, and it's a great matchup against the Chargers. Pick 2, Hollywood, Mitchell, or JJ. Give me Justin Jefferson. Give me Elijah Mitchell. I don't feel confident in the health right now of Hollywood Brown. What do we got? How much time we got? That's it. I'll try to get one more in here. Hi, Joe. This is from Liam. PPR, would you start Javonte Williams or Cordero Patterson? I would start Javonte Williams. Let's go. Good luck, everybody. Dan Harris is going to get you for the next hour. I want to hear about your championships. Hit me up at Joe Pisapia 17 and let me know if you win today or tomorrow, whatever it is. We believe in you here at Fantasy Pros. You did all the great work all year long. We are so proud of you to get to the championship. Just getting there is a huge accomplishment, especially considering how tough the playoffs were with everything going on with COVID. So I just want to let everybody know, have a happy and healthy and prosperous 2022, and hopefully a happy new year starts with a fantasy championship for all of you. So that'll do it for me, Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids. Hopefully a lot of championships in your future.